da-da-da. A-O-M-A.
And call you guys.
A country with an island vibe. I swear Guyana nice. And yeah, we just down all night. Mixing the 5-year beats with eyes. So Tony got the whole place hype. And we celebrating life. Coffee in the morning, so we toast it. Say we just fine iron, but emotion. No, we ain't boasting. No. Oh no. I ain't going nowhere. I love this place. U-I-N-A. Oh no. Welcome to Moko Moko. Every country want friendship, like the village on the East Bank. But you can't hang if you ain't young. For my first interview, I tell Felice thanks. And I brought the bag, my passport and got a stamp. You can't dance abroad if you can't dance a yard. We gon' catch it when it's good, cause we say when it's hard. Not for them, live in country and people don't spend it long. Them man of them is fraud, not for them sell the land. We pay rent on another land. When Guyana got a lot of land, but they blame the government. But this nation got God cover us. Blessing on everyone, listen brother man. Put 2 and 2 together, don't listen to the one. Some of them just like taco or leaf and stuff. Anywhere we go, we just run. Buy this a G to Titty boy, yeah, we got the team with blood, so. Oh no, I ain't going nowhere. I love this place. G-Y-N-A. Oh no, welcome to Moko Moko. Yeah, a country with an island vibe. I swear Guyana nice. And yeah, we the down all night. Making the 5-year beats with our eyes. The Tony got the whole place high. And we celebrating life. Coffee in the morning, so we toast it. Say we just fine iron, but emotion. No, we ain't boasting. No, oh no, I ain't going nowhere. I love this place. G-Y-N-A. Oh no, welcome to Moko Moko. Oh yeah, a country with the island vibe. A country with the island vibe. This is a country with the island vibe. A country with the island vibe. I swear Guyana nice.
Caution them.
AG.
Make it an anthem. Land of Guyana, of rivers and plains. I'm a real Guyanese. From the time when I step on the scene to the moment me leave. I'm a real Guyanese. From the red to the black to the gold to the white to the green. I'm a real Guyanese. And nothing can change me. So nothing can change me. I'm a real Guyanese. I living in a foreign country. So nothing can change me. 6 races, beautiful faces. Put your hand them in the air if you're not racist. I pledge myself to honor always. I will never disgrace this. Then want peace and we mop. Wait your mothers, we not get you that. No, not one caress. Not a blade of grass. Listen up, 83,000 square miles. Oh my God, we find aisle. Me not tell you no lie. Guyana nice, but no swear for my life. Land of many waters, bring out all the leaders in the sun, them and the daughters. If you want to we fight, no, not at all. I'm a real Guyanese. From the time when I step on the scene to the moment me leave. I'm a real Guyanese. From the red to the black to the gold to the white to the green. I'm a real Guyanese. And nothing can change me. So nothing can change me. I'm a real Guyanese. I living in a foreign country. So nothing can change me. Big up stop broke. Allow it half crook. It now always pretty son about a try act shook. Got a big up GRM, me know I'm a tax look. And when me have the money, me can go for my bank book. Beautiful Guyana, we there in South America. Land of kite, the flora and the fauna. Independent people, so we do what we wanna. Never violate because you could become a Ghana. Them love we country, all the foreigners, them children salute you. In the Indian them, love we border, we no want no problem. Never fall, we forever standing. We love how God make you, we never forsake you.
This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أصبحنا وأصبح الملك لله والحمد لله لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير. ربي أسألك خير ما في هذا اليوم وخير ما بعده وأعوذ بك من شر ما في هذا اليوم وشر ما بعده. رب أعوذ بك من الكسل وسوء الكبر. رب أعوذ بك من عذاب في النار وعذاب في القبر.
Heavenly Father, as I rise to greet a new day, I humbly come before you with a grateful heart. Thank you for the gift of life and the opportunity to experience this day. I surrender my plans and desires to your divine will. Guide me in every step I take, that I may walk in alignment with your purpose for my life. Grant me wisdom, strength, and clarity as I navigate the challenges and blessings that lie ahead. Fill me with your love, grace, and compassion, that I may be a source of light and encouragement to those I encounter. May this day be filled with your presence, and may I reflect your goodness in all that I do. In your holy name I pray. Amen.
Pleasant good morning to those who are tuning in on another episode on the wrap, or I should say for the fourth episode for the week. Pleasant good morning to each and every one of you. Good morning, Somobipat. Stanley Hamilton, our brother Krista Kurprasad. Good morning to you, Chris, and Jamila Budram. Um, just say the Budram if I have it right. Good morning to everyone. Like I said, I'm not too settled right now as it relates to where I normally would keep my program. So you would, for the next couple of weeks, you might see me, or you will see me coming live from various locations, either from my vehicle or whatever. However, the program must go on, and it's not about me. My partners will. Um, we work together, Cordell and I. So good morning once again, guys, and thank you for being a part of the program. So I wouldn't for the delay. I take this opportunity to bring in my co-partner, Cordell. Good morning to you, Cordell.
Hi, morning, Kevon. Morning to the viewers. Morning, Guyana. Morning to the persons in the diaspora. Um, New York, New Jersey, Canada, Rotterdam. Um, where are some of the places I've seen? Australia. People joining us from all over the world. Good morning to you guys. It's a new week. Persons in Region 3. Please remember the Harbor Bridge I think it's under repair. We're doing some works on it. So I think it's until Thursday that should be back up and running. So everybody, you know, you'll have to head to the Stelling to get to Region 4 to conduct any business. Asking persons to please just do this in an orderly fashion. You know, there have been additions to the reading hoop styling, and well, that's not additions, but some upgrades to the reading hoop and the Starbrook styling there to make it a little easier for commuters. So there's a shed. I think they put some rails and stuff there so that persons can get in and out of the boats easier. So you know, for persons traveling for the next few days over the Demerara River. Just be careful, take your time. There's no rush, and I don't think there's an increase in the fare. It's the same $100 to go and come. So don't let any of those boat operators try to swindle you out your hard-earned 100.
Cordell, that's important that you mentioned the fear, because we tend to see people do this. It's a habit of some persons. I wouldn't specifically point fingers to somebody directly, but we know it even happens here in Linden. From the time there's a little issue, the car drivers, the bus drivers hike the fare for no reason, without the government even having a say in it, for a matter of fact, right? So I must say it's a good thing that you mentioned it, so persons can know, or they can be aware, so they wouldn't be exploited by these boat operators and other persons who might want to make a hustle. So guys,
Yeah,
it's good that you would have mentioned that. So
yeah,
Cordell, we're into a brand new week, and um it's always about development and development. And first, I want to highlight, Cordell. I want to take this opportunity to highlight. um I would have noted the president yesterday would have uploaded some photographs of developments in Linden, and I'm so happy and thankful for that. For example, we have the new Mackenzie Sports Club um, facility that is being, as you guys can see there, that is being, it's on the way, almost to completion. And Cordell, this facility, there's a serious attack that is being launched on this facility, by I guess, and not I guess, by persons who, for some reason,
no, not
is
by
alleged,
persons, sir. Not by persons. By a
who are
lying apostle. By a
the
lying apostle.
Cordell, Cordell, sometimes we want to come here and just don't ignore or be clean by, but you can't ignore them sometimes. Eh, they're going around the place and they're lying about this facility. But Diana can see, Linden can see. I can tell you, Cordell, on the ground, and I'm being honest here. I'm being very, very honest here. On the ground, you know, I've I've been in conversations with various persons, and if I've had a conversation with 10 persons about this facility, 9 persons supported this initiative and welcome it to Linden, while one is against it. And I can tell you, the one that is against it, and I'm not going to be biased here, I'm going to be fair, Cordell. The one that is against it is those who are very strong supporters or members or close to the PNC, right? So I can say that Lindeners welcome this. I welcome this. I have my kids, I have my sons, and this is what we want to see for future generation, right? So thanks to the government. On behalf of the people of Linden, I want to say thanks to the government, thanks to President Mohamed Irfan Ali and his administration for continuing the development that they would have started in 2020 for Region 10. Thanks for this facility.
Yeah, well, I mean, 200 shots. I had this right here a minute ago. So the government has spent 201.8 million to upgrade this facility. And anybody who would like to check those numbers, you can go online at the National Procurement and Tender Administration Board and see how much government is expending on this facility. But I'd like to hit home the lying apostle again, right? The lying apostle, because at this point, what we're looking at here with this ground in its current state is the best condition this ground has been in years. Where it is right now, not completed. I'm talking of right now, this image we're looking at right here, the best condition this ground has been in years, right? So if you folks remember, the lying apostle was talking about Linden being a football community and a bunch of bunkum coming from him. But let me show you all this. So this is a synthetic track at Bay Rock, in the Bay Rock area there. What's that in the middle I see? What could that be? A football pitch? Oh my gosh. Wow. So actually people can still play football in Linden. Okay. That's interesting. Because according to how some people are making it so, the government was trying to take football out of Linden and replace it with cricket or some nonsense like that, right? Now you have a facility here that is a multi-purpose facility. Athletics, football, I think they might be able to do long jump or some other track activities there. But what else I wanted to show persons, and I don't know how clear they're seeing it. My God, let me see on my phone how clear this is showing. Right now, if you remember, Kevon, I spoke of during the campaign time for LGE.
The liar woman.
I saw an ad from Linden with a woman in a green jersey talking about, look, this facility here, it ain't got no stands, it ain't got nothing. And so people, on this image that you are currently looking at now, you understand? The old stands, you're seeing them right there. The old stands are right there. Then if you look just in front of the old stands, you'll see a concrete structure, right? That is the new stands that they're building. These people are disrespectful. Let me go back to the first photo. I think you see the stands better here. So on the right-hand side of this image that we're looking at, you see some concrete there. Those are the new stands with washroom and dressing room and all the facilities needed for this track and FIFA level certified football pitch that's going here. So Kevon, I encourage the lying apostle to stop lying. Gentle Jesus doesn't like that lying apostle. Gentle Jesus does not like that. He doesn't like that. And if you're proclaiming to be a holy man, you have to keep yourself at certain standards. If you're wrong, you're wrong. I got to call you comrade. If you're wrong, lying apostle, right? So this facility that you claimed here was donated by some Chinese company to Linden is an outright lie. So we know that it's the pavilion that we're seeing at the bottom of the screen that was donated. So you allow this facility to be upgraded. You allow the cricketers in Linden to have a chance to have an international ground to practice on, to hone their skills, and to represent this country at various levels of cricket. You understand? You give people a chance to see development and stop your nonsense and lies about these facilities, their intentions, and the intentions of the government for the people in certain areas. It's becoming sickening that people would actually see something that would benefit the youth, the community in general. You don't know if the next Brian Lara could be coming out of Linden. You understand? You don't know. You know, the next Carl Hooper could be coming out of Linden. And you talking about Linden is a football town and nonsense. Linden has played sports. No specific discipline. Only in Linden. They play sports. Linden has performed well in track and field over the years at the nationals. It's come to tongue and beat up everybody. You understand me? So, as far as I'm concerned, the fact that Linden now has a synthetic track that the coalition couldn't finish for their stronghold, that the PPP had to come and finish. They will have an international FIFA football pitch, and they'll have a ICC standard, up to standard cricket pitch for them to, exercise and become better at the different disciplines they want to be in. So, Kevon, if you see him today, tell the lying apostle to stop it. Guys don't want to hear that nonsense. Tell him to stop it.
Cordell, I wish you had. I don't know if you have all the photograph. There was a couple of aerial views shots there that the president uploaded, and I wanted to highlight a spot there in one of those photographs.
I didn't take down the ones. I didn't take down the ones of the market area there.
To the northern end of the Mackenzie Sports Ground, that is heading to Mackenzie High School area, right next or right opposite. Put back the one with the Mackenzie Sports Ground, the circle one. All right. If you look way across Courdel, where you're seeing that tree building, let us say to the northern end of this photograph, right? You can see three buildings there in a line, and then it's looking something like a number 8. Actually, that is the Mackenzie High School main building, right? Just opposite that building, way across, just opposite, there's a road that separates the area and and the Mackenzie High School main building. That's opposite. Now, if persons can look across it, you can see some white sand and some red sand around the area. Now, Cordell, I know you come from Linden, and I know you can recall that particular area there now. That is next to the Lyshas building. The Lyshas building is another section of the Mackenzie High School, right? It's a double-story building, right? So next to the Lyshas building, Cordell, that area was literally a swamp and jungle. Hear what I'm saying to you? That was a swamp and jungle all my life that I would have grown as a child growing up, and I know that area. Even before local government elections, the government decided that they were going to clear up that area there and backfill it. Right now, it has been backfilled and it's been left there so the sand could settle and become compacted before they do any further development. And that's a very huge area, Cordell. A very huge area. That facility now also will be open to the public for activities, and that area also is so big it can accommodate a football field as well, right? That area there is being upgraded, it's been cleaned, all the bushes done, backfill and everything. They already erected the fence around it. Now I remember along the local government campaign trail, Miss Vanessa Kissoon stand in front of that area. And these people I wanted to know something, they have no shame at all. She stood in front of that area there and she was trying to tell people how the government built in that area, but only for their supporters to use. You ever hear anything so stupid coming from somebody that I had some respect for? You understand? Publicly, she stood there on a Facebook Live to say to Lindeners and to say to Guyanese and the world that the PVP government is building that area there only for PVP supporters to use. And the thing of it, she had I'm sorry, and I'm sure that I can find some photograph of that area before. Cordell, you know, to that area was a jungle, that area was a swamp. I know what's the saddest thing about that area. You have a nursery school there, you have a health center there. Plus, you have the Mackenzie High School main building opposite under Lyshas Hall. That is a very, I consider it a sacred area, I would call it. Because you have people, you have a health facility, you have nursery school children, you have school children from high school children from one of the highest school in Linden going there. And under their tenure, they would have never seen it to even as much as clean that area, much less to develop it into a facility where people can accommodate for sports. You understand? And I must say, mind you, Cordell, just behind that same land also, there's a platted area left out there, right? Where an indoor basketball facility also will be put they will be constructed there, coming from under the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports again, from the government. So, you know, and the other thing, Corda, while we are in the same area, just behind there again, next to the Regma School, we have the old basketball court, the old basketball court there that is being upgraded by Exxon Mobil. But the PNC and the regional White Elephant chairman and Sharma Salman and the others, they're going around and trying to take the credit as if they are the ones who upgrade that facility. You
Yeah,
know,
just like the Irish, they claim the bill that both side built.
exactly, exactly. They didn't see anything. And it's under this government, under this administration, that ExxonMobil, right, was contacted by people of this government, officials of this government, and ExxonMobil decided that they're going to upgrade that facility. But yet the PNC and their few incompetent leaders is walking around Linden and taking the credit as if they are the one who upgraded that facility. These people are visionless. These people have nothing good, no good intentions, nothing good to offer to the younger generation, and much less the people by extent in Linden. So I would ask the mayor elect, not mayors yet, and his councillors and the RDC councillors of the APNU to remain in the back where you've been there for a very long time, not doing or saying anything. Only time they come out to speak is to resist development. So I'm asking them to desist from the lies, tell the people the truth, and get the credibility of being of telling the truth. You're already in a bad state and a bad position, and you're putting yourself in more problem by lying to the people. You know, that is what they're doing.
Kevon, when you have nothing else to say, what are you gonna do? Anyway, moving on. Um, Over the weekend, I had some cleanups happening. Our team in part cleanup happened this weekend. Really good turnout. Mr. Evan Williams was very happy that we were able to come out and offer a hand to get his little piece of his little space on this earth, back into livable conditions. As persons would know, we would have highlighted on previous programs This is the gentleman who would have sought the help of the vice president to have his GWI reconnected due to the fact that his father's bill was unpaid for years, and they kept adding. Well, the interest was um, being added on monthly, and it got to a really high amount that he couldn't handle, and he sought some intervention from the vice president to have that looked after. It was done, and subsequently, the team impact, we came there and we got some cleaning done on his yard, so he's able to move around there a little freer, and he was very grateful. Persons in the neighborhood, they were grateful as well for the assistance being given to him. I'd like to take some time to say special thanks to all the persons who would have donated food, beverage, um, cleaning implements, whatever it is to make this activity possible. Um, Altium Construction and Engineering Services, Mr. Delroy Jacobs, out of Bartica from Delroy Jacobs Boat Services, and also First Choice Builders Construction, um, Mr. Leroy Smith from Newswatch, Big Smith Newswatch, um, Mr. Dwayne Adams from Office of the President, Mr. Quincy Anderson from My Secure Security Services. Um, I don't want to forget anybody. Oh boy. The ministers, Minister McCoy, Minister Pratt, Minister Crowell, Minister Hugh Todd, for their support. Kashif Mohammed for his contribution. Um, wow. A big shout out to the councillors, Ashby and Young, for turning up yesterday. In this photo, we see Councillor Ashby. So not like some councillors, the big and the big in the style. They can't come out and work. Mr. Ashby is here actually putting in work. Now that's what we want to see from our councillors. We don't want councillors who just come in around to take snap photos and that nonsense. We want people who can come out and work and be a part of the team. Teamwork makes the dream work. And this is what Mr. Ashby is doing here. So we had several councillors out there. Let me find a photo with, so this is Councillor Dion Young here. Councillor Ashby again there, you see, nobody starting new and brush cutter. So don't feel these councillors, these PV councillors, they're soft and they got the nails done and they're not willing to get in there and do the work. These guys were out there early in the morning. They have some purview over Georgetown as councillors, so they came out and they gave a hand to ensure that the activity was successful. Hats off to the executive team at Team Impact. Mr. Anderson was not there, the deputy chair of the group, but most of the organizing committee here that brought things together to have this activity be as successful as it was there in East Rongville, Pineapple Street for Mr. Williams. Now, in Bartica as well, they had a cleanup up there. This was led by Mayor-elect Anthony Murray. Mayor-elect Anthony Murray, along with a few other persons, including the Prime Minister representative, Mr. Earing Ward, and I saw Miss Martindale out there as well. Mr. Delroy Jacobs, as I mentioned just now, he's from Bartic up there, so he was involved in that cleanup, and it just goes to show the difference between organizations. I ain't even say parties right now, with organizations. So you can see one trying to make a difference in communities, going out there, taking their time to clean up and try to effect change and to build and to do things to enhance the lives of people. Then you can got some who, instead of doing that, they're going around the place pissing on people's fence and cussing them up and showing them the private parts. We can get to pissing Patterson just now, y'all. Hold up. Don't feel we can get in there. But he's got to come with the positive first. The piston ring. You understand? Piston partisan. But you continue this cleanup in Bartica. You continue this cleanup in Bartica. So Mayor-elect Prime Minister, after the Prime Minister representative, Mr. Ward, and Anthony Moran, Mayor-elect, led the charge here in Bartica over the weekend to ensure that, they set the example. And, persons would see these activities and would say, hey, I'm not getting involved because when I clean up, somebody can come and throw something there the next day and that nonsense. But somebody got to step up and start it. Somebody has to come forward and say, well, I can start this effort. And in time, people will fall in. So it's about consistency. And we see consistency uh, in this government and in the arms of the government in terms of regular cleanups in the capital city, in the regions, um, the pushing of our tourism sector. So with all the resorts and all these nice things we have to offer here, on the way to those places, it must be inviting to people as well. So we can't have like a Sussex and Hunter Street in Mr. Ellis area, all that garbage there. Because when people driving through, it's gonna make Guyana look bad. So Travis work on cleaning up the garbage in that area. Just like this team here in Bartica, and just like Team Impact, you get some people together and do some work, right? Get some people together and do some work in your area that you want. Those people voted for you. So show them what they are getting for their vote, Travis. I gave you a plan on last week Friday's program on how you could deal with the garbage situation at the corner there. So try and do a thing and clean up that area for those people. Right? Anyway, Kevon, if you want to add anything before we jump into the pissing boss.
Well, Cordell, I must say, for there's some persons who inboxed me and was finding out more about Team Impact and what is the role and the responsibility of Team Impact. Team Impact, we're just a team reinforcing the cause um, of the People's Progressive Party Civic. We does not deviate or divert anyway from the party's agenda. We work in line with the instructions and the guidance of the party, more so to reinforce the cause of the government in bringing Guyana together as a one Guyana, working, helping people in various communities. And um, persons wanted to know if we do special projects and so on. I can say at this juncture, we still in a discussion stage. We can't say what, based on what they're calling special projects or what they term as special projects. I don't think so. I don't think we are prepared to go down that road yet. We're just about development, right? We're about development. If person want to come on board and so on, no problem. No problem. But you must know very clear that Team Impact is a team or is a branch working in development for the People's Progressive Party Civic and nothing different. So you must know if you're coming on board, it's about the People's Progressive Party Civic and nothing else. So yeah, Cordell, one of the things you mentioned, Mr. Williams made very clear. He said Vice President is a man to his words. He said 2 days after I spoke to Vice President, my water was installed. All right. And I supported Mr. Williams' sentiment because we know that very well. Vice President was right here in Linden, and he would have made some promises, and those was fulfilled in days, not even a week, in days, right? And that is why he's always specific in whatever he say or what he promised, because he only promised what he know what will be done or what can be done. Um, I must say as well, a big thanks to the councillors who were there, who showed their interest, like you rightly said, Cordell. Councillors who came there and get their hand dirty in terms of cleaning up on the ground. Right? It's not a show thing. It's not a boss thing. Everybody work to get that job done. So, and we must make it clear, Cordell, it's a project by Team Impact. And Cordell, I cannot go I cannot leave. I cannot end that to say also much thanks to you as well, who highlighted this project in that area. You piloted a project and it was done well. So thanks for that great input to Team Impact, Cordell.
Thanks to the little recognition, but you got some things to deal with. So take a look, and we coming back, people.
Tell everybody, and this is the exposure. Come, take out the video. Alright. Now you fucking like spark me. No, not me, though. No, you fucking like spark me. Yeah, come and stop me. Yeah, come and stop me. Anytime you want, fucking come and stop me. Anytime you feel like doing anything illegal, you go and stop me. Yes, I know. That's why I said I was shaking. Tomorrow? Why not tonight? You tell me. I'm ready, cameras. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, you tell me. You tell me. Take a camera. Take out the camera. Call him.
Yeah. So that was our former minister of public works, formerly the Ministry of Infrastructure. Right? That's our former minister of public infrastructure. And I want to share what he posted. Let me look at a couple of things here, right? So this is a post made by the former minister on July 21st at 3:35. Weekend beers at my local roadside bar had a close encounter with a family in Kitty, which left them traumatized. Apparently, the family needed some free advertisement. Business slow. So, folks, drop in anytime. Relief guaranteed. Wow. Have a great weekend, folks. Now, what jump out at me with this post here? That's the first thing. Mr. Patterson, the bar you been at didn't had a toilet, brother? They had a urinal or something? I just asking. You say you were at a bar, you're drinking, enjoying yourself. Why would you leave this bar to go over by the people place to piss on the fence? Not in a car, no. Not in a trench at the people main gate. You go to piss at the people main gate. Then you can turn, abuse them, cuss them down, and all kind of call the police winky. And that shows you, and it reminds persons of the the sanctimonious gangsters that we had to deal with from 2015 to 2020. You understand? Imagine they're not even in government, and you see the power they display. You see the authority and the power Patterson is displaying there, staggering
And,
around, looking like he
and
drunk
Cordell,
like a fish.
and Cordell, the man was presumptuous because I didn't even see that second part of the video. The man went back and then exposed himself and tell the man take out picture. Like
He looked for
seriously.
the cameras. Patterson looked for the people them cameras, threw them middle finger. He turned and pee in the direction of the camera. You understand me? But I must say, Kevon, mental health in Guyana is a serious thing, and we must take into consideration that we need to have more facilities to deal with these kinds of things. Trauma is a serious thing, Kevon. Trauma is a serious thing. And could you imagine that just 3 or 4 years ago, this same gentleman, he was a minister in government, people he had driver office, secretariat, all these things, living his best life. No,
Wearing expensive bangles.
but I'll get into that. But imagine somebody with all that authority is now relegated to drinking at a roadside bar in a short pants and an orange t-shirt, pissing on people's fence. You
And
understand? The
Cordell,
only legacy Patterson has that people will remember him for is a bracelet, a big gold bracelet. That is his legacy. He can't go to the bar and say, hey, guys, I built this. Remember that builder? You understand?
and Cordell, also you mentioned that the caliber of the individual while he was minister, and we must also be cognizant of the fact that he's also sitting member of the National Assembly presently.
I was coming to that as well. You're
You know,
still in the National Assembly. You're a member of Parliament. When people address you, sir, in there, they got to say honorable, the honorable member. You understand? They got to say the honorable member. Look at this
I,
honorable
I
behavior by Patterson.
I wanted to know something, Cordell. If there is any form of disciplinary action for a member of parliament in this manner, because I believe personally, I believe as a sitting member of the National Assembly, where my hard earnings, taxpayers' earnings is paying him, I feel he should be disciplined for that. Because he's a member of
Man,
parliament, he represents a faction of Guyana. I assumed, you understand? And you
he can't
cannot have
assume. He's in Parliament. He had to be elected to get there, brother. He can't assume.
no, well, when I say I assume, I mean I assume he represented a faction of again. I don't know which faction, but I know he's a member of parliament. But I assume he represent because really and truly I don't know who this AFC represent. Right? I don't even think they have people. You understand? So that's why I said I assume. But then a member of parliament who we as a people should be looking up to, whether it's the government or the opposition side, this is the kind of attitude of these people, and if they portray these level of attitude, these levels of lawlessness, then what do you expect from the people, and much less our school children?
Exactly. Imagine an MP telling, I figure the security guard or whoever was there, call the police. Don't wait till tomorrow. Why not call him tonight? You understand? Patterson, listen, y'all got to understand. Patterson is not involved in any way, shape, or form in the transformation that's happening in Guyana. None of them 4-lane road, housing scheme, bridge, nothing. The Honorable Minister, Bishop Edgell, could say, hey, I was involved in the Linden Letem Road and getting that done. I was involved in the new Linden 4-lane bridge. I built so much roads around this country. So people can understand why David probably drinking so much. That he drinking till he losing his senses and doing foolishness around the place. You understand? You are remembered for a bangle. You remember for taking the people money at Harbor Bridge to go on some trip. I don't know if you paid back yet. I hope you did. You are remembered for the scales that didn't deliver yet. I think they had some trucks at GPL that they overpay for as well. That is what Patterson is remembered for. So you got some persons looking here. Y'all got to understand that Patterson must be getting views every time people see you on the road. So you gotta take off that stress somehow, and it might be alcohol might be the only solution for him. But remember, these people thought they were going to be in government for a long time. These people, and it Ferguson and them people, thought they would have had these lifestyles for a long time. But they didn't realize the Guyanese people were watching and they were aware of the foolishness that they were doing. Pim. They didn't realize, Kevin. They didn't realize the Guyanese people were hip to their game. So Guyanese know that one man get more land than all the other Guyanese in this country get between 2015 to 2020. One man. And we counting all the rest that get who are closely affiliated to that group. You understand me? So, David, I understand you are frustrated, but you need to conduct yourself, son. You need to conduct yourself in a better manner. Use the toilets that are provided at these bars. That is where you need to go and pee, David. Right? And yes, you were breaking a law, indecent exposure. I think when you're cussing in the public, you could be arrested for that. What was that? The security could say threatening language. You cuss them up. I feel threatened. You understand? David head ain't good. David head ain't good. You know, is it to lose your Land Cruiser? You lose your personal assistant. You don't get in no big set of money to go out to town with and spend out. You understand? You can't go at people's place and eat and drink as you like and walk away because you're the minister. Well, the former minister, I'm not saying our ministers do that, but that is what used to happen between that period. They go by people's place and they even drink it from the top shelf. They drink it from the shelf above the top shelf. By the bottle. You understand? And wasting the government money on party and outing and gathering and a certain nonsense instead of trying to pump some money back to the persons who were being affected by COVID at the time, shipping issues that caused prices to rise, the fertilizer shortage. They didn't care nothing about that. The PBPC had to come in and deal with that. Morning to the person looking at us from Kapuile. I just got Facebook user. Don't have your name, but good morning to you. You understand, Kevon? So when you see Patterson out there, Patterson got a lot of stuff on his mind. You can imagine how Patterson family, them looking at it. Eh? You can imagine people who name Patterson out of shame to walk this road and say, well, I'm Courdel Patterson. Wait, you related to you related to the one? You understand? Melrose Henry, morning to you. So people got to understand that sometimes these things, and I wouldn't lie to anybody. I pee on the side of the road already. I've done it. I ain't gonna pretend like it's something I never done. But oh gosh, at least just look for a little car and a little bush. You understand? And stash your body and do a thing. But to walk up on a man bridge, you understand? And just pull out and wet down the gate. And then abuse the people who inside there. Because they ask you not to do that. You left the bar where I'm sure they had a toilet for you to use or a urinal to go and make yourself a comic by the people place. Then next day, post on your Facebook that business slow and that kind of nonsense after you disrespect people. You understand me? Patterson, calm your body, my brother. Back yourself up. Back yourself up, Mr. Patterson. Back yourself up. Thank God we ain't getting that 3-lane bridge from you. Right? Thank God. Thank God. Thank God for Charing Das, and we ain't getting that 3-lane bridge from you, Mr. Patterson. Because we're not the same problem. Them kind of things that don't make sense that you guys usually come up with. So all I could say is, folks, don't be too upset with Mr. Patterson. I am almost sure that Mr. Patterson is suffering from some sort of mental issue due to the loss at the last regional and government elections. The epic failure in trying to rig the last regional and general elections. You understand? The revelations of his improprieties at the ministry there involving him. And now the humiliation that he continues to suffer at the hands of a competent government. You understand me? This guy just get up and talk some stupidness. It's like, man, Patterson, you for real? You for real? Look, like saying don't advertise no property here, but no. Oh, no. Somebody telling me some lies saying rented a property for 150 million a month or something like that. I don't know who's lighting. There's some information coming in there. I don't know who's that. I know George Norton rented a barn for a couple million a month that had some condoms in there. And not even Rough Rider or Durex or thing is silver bullets. They're free. If y'all don't know, the silver bullets are free. So, I mean, shucks. Them condoms had a real nice apartment for a little while. Oh my goodness. When you compare the nonsense these people just do, Kevon, and then the righteous role they start to play. I wanted to tell you, you see that same guy, Linden, he jump off. You know what? I have not heard him say anything else about these grounds. Since they started to take form and people could actually see the development, see what they're getting. He jumped. You understand? He jumped from the grounds to buying over people's story and trying to make problem with in an area that don't concern you. So there's nobody from your region, not your family, it's not your friend, not nobody you know you used to talk to, but you buying over a story because you feel what? You're a lying apostle. That's about the truth of it with you. The lying apostle. I hope your children look at that live. I'm gonna download it and upload it back on my Facebook there, where you lied about the ground at Linden there, the cricket ground that they're sorting out there. You're a liar, sir. Understand? A dirty, bald-headed liar. And bald-headed liar. I'm done with you. I'm done with you in that. But
you know something. You know something is that we see these things happen time and time, and I mean, you and I, as human beings, as a man, sometimes we go out, we drink, but I never find myself that I drink to that extent that I would do something like that, or I didn't know something like that happen. And then again, Courdel, if you were so high, you were so intoxicated, and you see this thing went viral, couldn't you come out and make an apology to the public or something, or to the people? Nothing of the sort.
Exactly.
I made that point. You would never see these people coming out to say, man, look, I was so high. Even if you lie, we know, well, when you lie, we know you're going to lie, we know you're just house lie. But at least do the normal thing, the modus operandi of lying. Come out and say that, this happened and I would like to apologize as a member of parliament. You would never see that.
Kevon, we know when Patterson lying, he starts stammer. Mr. Speaker, that's why he lying. He starts stammering bad.
Tulsi Ram said if I look at east, I go west.
That's what just had up on the screen. These people terrible in the comments. Monitor former Mayor Patricia Chase Green, PPPC councillor, Ms. Chase Green and Mr. Ashby last week were out in the field examining and identifying roads and drains that needed to be silted and roads that need to be constructed in their constituents, well, not in the constituent Georgetown area in general, pushing the work or getting a better idea of what works need to be pushed in the city in terms of rehabilitation of roads and drains to alleviate flooding issues. You understand me? So I see both of them. They've tuned in on the live this morning. Good morning to you guys, and continue the good work you guys are doing there. You understand? You continue to set an example to these PNC, APNU councillors who actually have the authority and the power to effect change in this city. And on a daily basis, we see that that is not what they're interested in. That is not what they're interested in, right? So to those PVPC councillors, you guys keep up the good work. There are a few of you who probably need to do some more work and get more involved in things. So not a few, I only want to know about. But sort yourself out and operate in a better manner, especially in your community and that kind of thing. But anyway, Kevon, you get enough message apart. I hope nobody abusing you. Nobody abusing you for this morning live. But yeah, folks, the opposition. Yeah, look. Coming back to Patterson and mental health. You realize that Patterson didn't take a break. Patterson went from minister to a rigging session back into parliament. Patterson is stressed. Patterson got a lot on his mind. You see, Harmon disappear. What's her name again? Amna disappear. Bujubas disappear. You see, well, Granger, he was never around. He always missing. So I can't see he disappear. He continue in his true form.
He disappeared.
Continue in his true form. He's not around. You understand? Van West Charles and these people disappear. All those big wigs that been around gone. You understand? And I don't think it's Aubrey Norton alone. I mean, his leadership is horrible. You understand? Horrible. But I don't think it's him alone. Those persons, humiliation, Kevon, humiliation. I come back to family. You can imagine going and facing your wife and your children after you in the news for rigging elections and bracelet and bangle and moving from the rent house to the mansion on the East Bank and the drug barn story and the private jets and the yachts and you can imagine facing your family, much less if you got some family that's struggling and say, one by you, look, as all they say, you collect, you do nothing for we. Or you can face them, Kevon. You gotta disappear. Over there, people wife must he left them out to shame. You understand? All them things could happen. I noticed Mr. North like to talk about people's wife. I heard somebody left you, sir. I ain't gonna call her name. But I heard somebody left you. I was informed you have a daughter overseas. She's a lawyer. That's wonderful. But I hear you get left, champ. So you should be the last person talking about wives. They didn't stay with you. I think it's 2 people that tell me left you. 2 people. So, Aubrey, Pepper-ites, left me president alone. His wife is by his side. Right? Just walk out with him.
Plus he's scoring. Plus we president scoring. Courdel, we president the mission of missing out on the cash grant.
man, my point is, we collecting 2 cash grant since the cash grant start, and them churn ain't growing up. They're just there. Right? He collecting two cash grant all the time, and they growing up. Strain on the government, on the public purse, Aubrey. Let them churn grow up, man, or get rid of them. Get rid of them, brother.
You are encouraging Aubrey an abortion, sir?
No abortion. I support it. You get rid of those chairs. When you get rid of those chairs, you might be able to smile. A special good morning to my friend, Miss Herbert, studying in Russia, who have completed her courses. She's now a forensic scientist, I think it is. Hats off to you. Well done. And we're looking forward to you coming back and serving this country, unlike Aubrey Norton's daughter, who's in the States, contributing to their economy. So you come on back, Miss Herbert, and you serve this country with distinction. We welcome you back whenever you get here. We welcome you back, unlike other people who got two sons walking with them all the time, ain't working, ain't doing nothing, ain't contributing, ain't paying no taxes, and a daughter overseas who ain't paying no taxes either. Right? That's the long and short of it, folks. That is the long and short of it. So please don't be surprised when you hear people like Simona Brooms and Annette and Sherrod and David Patterson and them talking nonsense. You understand? Sharika, yes, we gotta get some public assistance for Aubrey. We gotta get some public assistance, and I don't think it's a disability, but you gotta get a little help. But when you hear these people talking nonsense, you must know or you must understand trauma. Children experience, adults experience trauma as well. The trauma of losing power, the trauma of knowing that I was there and I did S. You understand me? And the people vote me out. You understand? That trauma, those people dealing with over there. You always notice Mr. Ramseytan sleeping in the parliament all the time, or somebody else got a photo, he drinking somewhere or something. Trauma. He's got to get some kind of medicine or drugs to deal with it. Some might be rum, some might be smoke a cigarette, some might be pissing on somebody's gate. You understand? Everybody different. So I am suggesting to the Minister of Health, the Honorable Dr. Frank Anthony, and the Minister of oh gosh, this ministry's always messed me up. Social protection and oh boy, the Honorable Minister Vindhya Prasad's ministry. I'm asking for you guys to reach out to these former ministers of government, these coalition people, and offer them some kind of counseling or something to deal with the trauma that they're experiencing, because it's causing them to do a set of foolishness around the place. You understand? It causing these people in these comments silly. Listen, so y'all try to say I'll be collecting because you care for them kids and then going to school. Them two sons. That's what's going on in this place, Kevon. Anyway, I done making trouble. Lord, like I come for Kevon and he gone. Anyway, folks, this is it for this program of the rap. Thank you guys for joining us on this program, and we endeavor to come here every morning to share information with you in relation to what's happening on the ground here in Guyana. I know a lot of persons might not have access to some information, and then some of the information that you get online, it could be mixed up a little bit. But as somebody said, I was looking at a TV program. Anything said here is Googleable information. You could check it on Google, right? So you could Google Pastor London live that he walking the people place when the police had to come and get you out of there. We lie and say that the Chinese people get the ground, right? You could Google David Patterson and find the bracelet story. You could Google David Patterson and find the Harbor Bridge story when he collected people money to go on some trip. You could Google David Patterson and find out about the scales that he ordered from somebody who helped the coalition with the elections campaign. And I don't even think the scales are here as yet. And full payment was given for those scales, right? Googleable information. Anything here is Googleable information. So please,
Google.
please,
Courdel
please,
has to do more.
don't feel a BS in y'all here. Don't feel a BS in y'all here. And a big house, Googleable information. The little house you used to live in before, Google. The 70 she used to ride, motorbike, the 70, if y'all think it's joke I'm making, a blue 70, no, yeah, blue and white, a blue and white 70. Not even one of them fancy helmets. She had the helmet with the lip in front like a hat, them cheap ones. That's how Annette used to roll. That is how Annette used to roll. Right? Christopher Jones and the barbershop. Right? Google, you can find that. The Afro-Guyanese are claiming to love that Christopher Jones threw off the land there in South. You could Google and find that. You understand?
Barbershop
All those
Chris.
Barbershop Chris, Pisson Patterson, Drogba Norton, and Drogba and George, and oh gosh, I gotta find something for Norton and the sons them. You understand? All this information is there. You Google Bartico, right? And development under the coalition and see where you find. Building something. See where you find people. Y'all see where y'all find up there. Right? Under the coalition, 2015 to 2020. You Google it. Development in Bartica from 2015 to 2020. And see what you find. If there's anything you could look at, touch, anything. I didn't even think the bill, had an arch up there. I don't even think they did that. Right? So please, people, please, Google anything you hear your boy say here, and you feel like telling you nonsense, you go and Google it. You go and Google it, and you can check and see what's going on up there. Right? So that's it for me. Kevon, over to you for the wrap up.
Courdel, these viewers proper like a script. This is just like things start. What Shakira Lexi double whammy.
Yes. Look. Somebody telling me she used to live by some family in Kitty. We know you, man. Listen. People see all about the place. You understand? So, as I said, folks, we got Pisson Patterson. We got Drogba and George. We got Big House Annette.
Barber Chair Chris.
We got Barber Chair Chris. We got Catty Sherrod.
Oh, you mean Scarborough Sherrod?
Man. He's the Catty boss. Cat boss Sherrod. Right? And oh God, I gotta find something for Norton. I gotta find something epic. But for now we can just call it Bam Bam Boss. Bam Bam Boss Norton.
We get Pig Pen for Giro. Pig Pen for Giro.
No. Just Pigiro. Pigiro. Right? I hear Norton got pig too. Come on, end this program, banner. Let me play this music in the background.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much again this morning for the first program of the week, and we want to encourage Porson Courdel. This is something we must say to our viewers as well. There are some issues in various communities, and persons would like to have it highlighted and so on. And we want to ask persons if you have an idea of something that you want us to discuss on the program. Once it's nothing of to defame anybody's character, we will try as much to have it here. So if you have something you want us to discuss about, something to address, feel free to come out. And also we can even leave the program open where we can send you a link. You can come and discuss. You know, we always, like you said, this program is open to anybody. We don't have sides in here. You can come here and discuss once you're gonna do it in a respectful manner. So feel free, guys, reach out to us.
Norton, farmer man Norton, you got all the seeds, right? Farmer man Norton, thank you for that one.
Well, let me do the show too. Them music and manners to get ready. We went too early, Delroy.
Look, y'all's trouble in this place.
Thank you once again for being on this program this morning. And we see you same time, same place tomorrow morning. So this is my time for today.
Oh my goodness. You think that busy reading comments mean even clicking on the thing? Y'all have a good day, people.
This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home.